Hey yo, what's up ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, and today I have got a crazy story for you guys. Quickly, before we hop into the story, a lot of you guys have been asking about my legs since the 100 layers of wax video, so I want to show you guys my legs real quick just so you can see how mashed up my right leg is. There is my right leg, clean as a baby's bottom, and there's my left leg. So there you go, my right leg is pretty much spotless. There's like a couple areas glitchily where the hair wasn't taken off, like I don't know if the wax missed it or something like that, but it's pretty much completely clean. I've been trying to avoid wearing shorts for the last few days, but it's so hot outside that I've just taken the L. And fortunately, nobody's actually noticed that one of my legs is hairy and the other one isn't yet. So hopefully I can keep that up. So it hasn't been too bad so far. If you guys haven't seen that video though, definitely go check it out. It actually cracked over 1 million views already, so I'm really happy with how that's doing. But anyways, let's get into today's story. I'm gonna try and make it as quick as possible because sometimes I can ramble when telling stories and I don't want to be a bad storyteller for you guys today. So yeah, I'm gonna try and go through it as quickly as I can. But if you guys want more story time videos, you want to hear more about crazy experiences or when I used to travel a lot, my time abroad, let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. If we can get over 13 likes on this video, I will definitely do another one. I actually want to know if you guys want to see one, so let's go for something actually above 13 likes for once. Let's go for like 8,000 likes on this video. If we can get over 8,000 on this video, then I'll be sure to do some more storytime videos in the future. But anyways, let's hop into the story. So some of you guys know I'm kind of considered the traveler in Albo because I did a lot of traveling, especially about 2-3 years ago when I lived in Dublin, Ireland. So while I was there, I was studying for a semester, and during weekends and stuff, I would pretty much go all over Europe to see different places, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. And one of the first places I went to was Amsterdam, and that's where this story takes place. Now, firstly, just let me say Amsterdam is one of the dopest cities I've ever been to. Get it? Dopest city? Because marijuana is legal? God, that was a bad joke. So I know a lot of you guys are going to talk about the fact that marijuana is legal in Amsterdam and there's the red light district, and those are two of the things that it's most known for. But beyond those things, I'm telling you guys, Amsterdam is one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen in my life. So one of the days I spent walking around, literally just exploring, seeing what I could stumble across. And after a long day, we went to a bar and met up with another one of our friends, and we did some light partying. We drank a little bit, danced a little bit, had a good time, but unfortunately, we were staying about 15 minutes outside of the city in an Airbnb, and the last train left at 12:30, so we had to cut it off a little early in order to catch our train. But by the time we got back to the place we were staying, I wasn't ready to go. This was our last night in Amsterdam, and like, I just felt like it was incomplete. And me personally, I'm the type of guy who likes to just like sit by myself and think about life and shit like that. So there's a school right near where we were staying, and there's a park there, so I decided to go hang out at the park and just kind of soak in the fact that we were in Amsterdam and that I was traveling the world, because this was my first major trip after going to Dublin. So while I was just chilling at this park, literally just kind of reminiscing, thinking about life and being all introspective. I know some of you guys are gonna think I'm weird for doing this, but that's just how I roll. I heard a sound on the other side of the school building. So I was kind of curious, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit tipsy, so I decided to go over and see what was there. I went around the corner and I saw a group of about 8 guys just chilling, drinking, listening to music. And it looked like they were having a pretty good time, but I'm not gonna lie, they definitely looked like the type of guys who might beat the shit out of you if you found them in a dark alley. So I had a bit of a dilemma on my hands. I wanted to go kick it with some people, experience the Amsterdam culture in a different way besides just like walking around downtown, going to the red light district and all that stuff. I wanted to really experience what culture was actually like in Amsterdam, what it was like to live there, what it was like to hang out with people who live there. I started trying to figure out whether or not I should go hang out with these guys. Now this was kind of the first decision of what could have been a series of really, really bad decisions, so I'm not necessarily saying that you guys should do what I did, because it could definitely go very, very poorly for you. But my thinking was, worst case, these guys beat me up. No one's gonna kill me, like there's no reason to kill me, so worst case, they beat me up and steal my stuff. I had my wallet and my phone on me, and those were pretty important, so I decided that I would hide them just in case they did beat me up and try and steal my stuff. They would just be able to beat me up and not steal my stuff. And then after they left, I could just walk back over, pick up my stuff. Obviously, I wouldn't be feeling very well because I just got my ass beat, but I wouldn't have lost anything, I wouldn't be dead, and at least I gave it a shot. Now I know that's not the smartest thing to think, and when I told my girlfriend at the time and my mom about it, they were really not happy with me. But I was feeling adventurous, I wanted to go check it out, so I decided to do that. I hid my stuff and I walked around the corner and went over to the guys. Now immediately I realized I might have played myself because these guys stopped talking, they turned their music off, and they started walking towards me right away. So I knew I had to do something, otherwise I was gonna get my ass beat. So I threw my hands up, I said I was from Canada, I'm just here looking around, I don't mean any harm, I'm just coming to say hey, see what you guys are up to, try and hang out with you basically. Fortunately, one of them spoke English at least somewhat well, so we could talk a little bit. I explained why I was coming over to say hey to them a little bit more, and he was cool with it. He explained it to the rest of the gang, and they were a little more chill, but a lot of them were still on edge, and you could tell these guys were goons because they were asking me like, what do you have on you? Do you have your wallet? Do you have your money? Like what's on you? Because they were trying to figure out if they wanted to rob me basically. At this point, I realized these guys were certified goons, and if I didn't say a couple things to cover my ass, they might genuinely beat my ass regardless of whether I have anything on me. So I told them that I was staying with my family who was just down the road. I was coming from Canada just to visit, see Amsterdam and stuff like that. So I had some type of tie to the area, so hopefully that would make them realize if something happened to me, somebody would do something about it, somebody would look for me, and somebody would possibly get them in shit for it. After a little while, everything cooled down a little bit. One of the guys actually brought out a bottle and started giving me some drinks. Probably, again, not the smartest thing to take drinks from random guys in Amsterdam, but again, I was feeling adventurous. I'm not recommending any of you guys do the same thing. So I started drinking with them, started hanging out, we started exchanging stories. They were telling me about life in Amsterdam and where they grew up. I was telling them about life back here in Ottawa, my friends and stuff like that. And we realized we had a lot of stuff in common, so that helped us kind of form a little bit of a bond and definitely made them feel a lot more comfortable with me. So after a little while, a couple of the guys left and one guy came in to join the crew, and this guy's name was Dids, and he could speak fluent English, which was a blessing because it was a bit of a struggle to communicate with the rest of the guys. So when he came up, me and him started chatting. He was telling me about how he wanted to go to Canada. I was telling him about how I wanted to travel the world. We were talking about where we traveled, different things like that. And it was just a really cool talk. And this guy was mad chill. So I completely lose track of time. Next thing I know, it's about 3:30, 4 in the morning. Everybody's starting to leave. They're heading out. And this guy's still kicking it with me. And he asked me like, are you around here? Like, do you know how to get back to where you're going? And at the time I thought I did, but then I realized after walking around for about 15 minutes I was completely lost. So after I got us lost, I remember the actual street we were staying on, so I told him where that was, and fortunately he knew the area pretty well, so he started leading me back to where I'd met up with him initially and where I was staying. So on the way back, I told him how I hid my stuff because I wasn't sure what was gonna happen and I didn't want to lose any of the things, and he told me, to be honest, that was probably a good idea because the area we're in right now isn't actually a very good area of Amsterdam. Now, I didn't really know that because obviously I'm a foreigner, I'm just stopping by, but I guess it was a good choice until we realized where I left my stuff. For me, I thought I just left it in an entrance to the school, right? It's like an elementary school. I figured it was good, nobody's gonna be walking by here, it wasn't lit, it was fine. As we get closer to the place and we see my stuff, the guy looks at me and says, holy shit. You literally just left your stuff where all the crackheads go to shoot up. You're so lucky that it's still there. So I obviously had no idea, but apparently this is where the crackheads of the neighborhood come to shoot up at night, and it was a complete fluke that they didn't happen to come there that night. Otherwise, my stuff would have for sure been stolen. So obviously things worked out pretty well. Me and the guy actually ended up exchanging Facebook information, and I've talked to him, not recently, but we talked a little bit, and once in a while we'll talk still, and he's doing well. So shout out to Dids. I don't think he watches my videos, but just in case, I appreciate you showing me a good time when I was in Amsterdam, fam. So anyways, after he dropped me off back at the house, I went upstairs and passed out because we had to be up at 7 a.m. to take a bus from Amsterdam to Brussels. Now, when I woke up, I'd had better days, but I did have an amazing night and it was one of the best experiences of my life. Now, yes, it could have gone really bad for me, but it ended up working out and I'm really happy I did it because I got to experience Amsterdam in a way that 95% of people never get to. And for me, that's what traveling is all about. It's about meeting new people, it's about seeing the world, and it's about experiencing new cultures, and I can't think of a better way to do that. So I guess the moral of the story is two things. One, don't judge a book by its cover. Just because these guys were a bunch of goons, they actually turned out to be really nice, really hospitable. They showed me a great time, and nobody beat the shit out of me, so that's always a good thing. And number two, sometimes it's good to take risks in life. Yes, I know it probably wasn't the smartest decision, but it worked out for the best, And like I said multiple times already, this was one of the best and coolest experiences I've ever had in my life. I know for some of you guys it might sound really normal and just chill, but the fact that I got to hang out with 8 goons from Amsterdam, just chilling in an area where they hang out all the time, sharing stories, having a good time, and to me that's what it's all about. It felt like a night that I would have here with my friends, but with a bunch of similar people in Amsterdam. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video. I know it's something different for my channel, but if you guys enjoyed it and you want to see more, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if we can get over 8,000 likes on this video, I'll be sure to give you guys some more story times. Also guys, as I mentioned, I've done a lot of traveling, but I'm curious to know where you guys have gone and where your favorite place is, because I want to do some more traveling in the very near future. So let me know in the comment section where me and possibly Team Albo should travel next. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Toodles!
It's your package!
Okay, so it was successful. I do fit in the box, so that means I can't actually come to one of you guys.